Hi friend, I just wanted to take a minute to invite you to our Lash Biz Babes Experience 2026. This is a one-day all online event happening on May 2nd, and our theme for the year is going all in. We are shaking things up and doing it differently than anyone ever has before. This is going to be an all online event as usual, but it's going to be 100% a curated journey throughout your day as we guide you through the mindset, strategy, and passion needed to go all in on your business to make it your best year in business yet. All lash artists, estheticians, and beauty professionals are invited to join us. There will be guided sessions, interactive workshops, a panel discussion, and big giveaways happening throughout that whole day. And tickets are on sale now for only $199. Payment plans are available. Let's go all in on our businesses for 2026 together. All the details and the link for tickets are down in the show notes below. I would love to have you join us online in May. Welcome to Lash Biz Babes, the podcast for solo beauty business owners who want to build a full clientele and create a business and life that they truly love. My name is Erica. I'm your host. I'm a lash artist turned beauty business coach, lash educator, and social media manager for salons and beauty businesses. I'm so happy that you're here. Let's go ahead and jump into today's episode. Welcome to this week's episode of Lash Biz Babes. My name is Erica. I'm your host, and this week I'm so excited to finally get to announce and roll out our full lineup for Lash Biz Babes online conference to you. This takes quite a bit of coordination behind the scenes to put together and whatnot, so I'm just really thrilled to have it ready to go, to be able to announce who we have teaching you this year and who you're going to be able to learn from and what you're going to be able to learn from them, because that's really, truly the important part about this conference for me and for all of the speakers and the panelists and everyone who participates is that you are able to learn things from this that are going to help you grow your business, because that's why we're doing this. We want to help you grow. We want to help you succeed, and we want to be able to do it in a way that's flexible and accessible for you, no matter where you're at in your business, whether you're new, whether you've been at it for a while, and bring to you education that isn't as widespread, especially in like beauty school. Like, you don't learn the business side of things in school. It's not a requirement. And for a lot of us, it's like a trial and error type of thing. But now it's really cool to see how many events there are out there and how many classes and education opportunities there are for you to learn. And with this one, it's all online. So the nice part about that is you can watch live if you're able to. We've had people who will just like pop an AirPod in while they're lashing or they're taking a client and listen in as they're working. We have people who watch from home, and even though it is live, it is all recorded and put into an online course format afterwards. So you are able to watch the replays whenever you want. And in contrast to other conferences and online events, we don't ever take those recordings away from you. You don't have like a 30, 45, 60-day time limit or like a 2-month time limit where, you have to watch everything, all of these like very long, 30, 40 plus presentations that are this long in a month, and then we're going to take them away from you. Okay. We don't do that. We want you to be able to come back to this and rewatch whenever you want, because A, not everything might sink in the first time. You might pull something else from it the second time. And B, your business might be in a different spot, or you might be having a different struggle a few months from now or 6 months from now or a year from now. And that gives you the opportunity to come back to the replays and rewatch them so that you can like soak something up from it and learn something else different from a presentation, or maybe watch a speaker that resonates more with you now where you're at in your business. You're always going to be able to come back to this, and that is what makes it really unique, or part of what makes it really unique. And the nice part is that you don't have to spend thousands of dollars to attend this event, because it is online. You don't have to travel. You don't have to like pay hundreds of dollars for a ticket. It's like $199 for a ticket right now, and we do have a payment plan that's available. So it's $74 for 3 monthly payments. So it makes it really accessible for you as far as like cost and time to go. So for our solo lash artists, our solo nail techs, estheticians, hairstylists, our solo beauty babes, this is a great opportunity for you to learn from industry experts and be able to learn skills about marketing, clientele building, social media, kicking burnout to the curb, content creation, finances, websites, branding. Like, we have so many great speakers this year that you will learn so much from and be able to take that and apply it to your business, not just over the next year, but in the years to come. Like you can learn skills that would apply to even if your business pivots and you decide to do something else or decide to do something maybe completely outside of the beauty industry, the skills that you're going to learn at this conference will be applicable still because we don't focus on the technique side of things. We love the technique side of things. That's wonderful and great, very much needed. But this is a let's learn how to run your business and be profitable and be sustainable, and so you're not burning out all of the time, and be able to learn all those back end things, because we all know, especially when you're solo, you're doing so many things, you wear so many different hats, and these skills are so necessary for you to get to that next level and to be able to make this something that is a success for you, that is scalable, that does pay your bills, that is something you can rely on, right? Especially in 2025 and the economy that we have right now and the world that we're in right now, having these skills is more important than ever to be able to be a successful beauty business owner. And it's not just the strategy pieces that we focus on, but we also talk a lot about the mindset pieces, because I am a true and firm believer that both are needed to be successful. Because you could have the best mindset out there and do all the quote unquote woo woo work to, have a good mindset and positive affirmations and, energy and all these things. And you can have all the mindset pieces in place and believe you can do it all. And, okay, but if you're not taking action on it, you don't have a strategy behind it, and you're just like trying to positive affirmation your way into success, it's not going to work out. Because you need the strategy, you need the action, you need the plan behind it that's going to help you get there. And vice versa. You have all the strategy, you're working your butt off, you're in your hustle era, you are getting it done, all the strategy, but you don't have the mindset piece, you don't believe you can do it, you don't, you have limiting beliefs, or you're really down on yourself, then you're in your own way, you're in your own mind, and that's not going to get you anywhere. So you need both of these pieces to be successful and to make it sustainable for you to grow and sustain that growth consistently. And that's why we teach both at this conference, because it's absolutely so needed in our industry. And it's not just for lash artists either. I want to make that very clear. Like, this is applicable to you no matter what beauty services that you offer in the industry. Now, I will say a lot of the speakers and things do have lash industry background, but the principles that they're teaching about are applicable to any type of beauty business that offers services. So just to kind of give you a little idea and background on, what exactly is this, and like, why do we do it, and why is it important for you, and why do you even need that? Because, oh, it's just another conference, whatever. But the nice part about this is too, you get to learn in an intimate type of way where you can really like ask the speakers your questions, and like we can have a conversation, like a discussion type feel, because there's a Q&A with every speaker, and then the panels are all Q&A as well. So first, it's a lot more intimate, but secondly, there are a lot of in-person events out there, and you can't attend all of them all over the country all of the time, right? So this is a great way to get education in a similar format where you're learning from multiple different people, and you're able to learn about different business and marketing and clientele building topics and mindset topics without having to travel to yet another conference and take the time off and spend all of the money and all of the things. This is flexible, this is accessible, this is something that can help you grow your business even if you are brand new. I absolutely wish there would have been something like this when I first started out as a solo lash artist, because I needed these skills hardcore, and that's part of why I started this conference to begin with. So that all being said, let's kick off our speaker lineup for this year. Now, I will say there are a couple of panelists that I don't have completely confirmed yet, so there's going to be some surprises that will pop up after this podcast, and some that will be announced at a little bit of a later time. However, so first off, before I start announcing these things, let me tell you, May 3rd and 4th, 2025. It's a Saturday and Sunday. It's all online. So we will have a private Facebook group for the event. And that makes it nice because you're not just like watching the presentations on Zoom, or you're not just like watching the presentations on like a online course video style, right? You're actually able to interact with not just the speakers but also the other attendees that are in the group. So we get some like get to know you in there and like connect in there and touch base at the end of the day, like what was your favorite, like best takeaway, what did you learn today, what was your aha moment, what was your light bulb moment. We're really able to connect together, and you're able to meet other fellow lash artists, other fellow nail techs, estheticians in the industry, and be able to create some online friends. And it's really cool to see the friendships that have been created at Lash Biz Babes Online Conference the last couple of years, and like people actually going and like meeting each other in person. And it's just really cool to see just the impact and the waves that has had for people to have that support and to have made those friends at this online event. That's not just something that can happen in person, it can happen online too. So there is a private Facebook group, and all the presentations are on Zoom so that they can screen share with you and they can show you their presentations and all of the fun things. So that kind of just gives you the date and the formats. And it does go from like 9 to 5, 8 to 5, something like that, just depending on like how many speakers we have. The second day usually is a little bit shorter, but I digress. We don't need to get into like all the nitty gritty. If you want to come, you will get all the nitty gritty. I promise you. Everything will get sent your way. That being said, let's actually jump into the speaker lineup this time. So, first speaker on our lineup, Christina Fard. So, she was formerly with the American Lash Association, and now she is a part of Lashcast as their, I believe, what is it called? The Chief Experience Officer, I think is her formal title. So, that's so exciting for her to have made that transition and all of the really cool things that she's getting to do with Lashcast and LashCon now. So, Christina is going to be talking about ADHD for beauty pros. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm pretty sure I have undiagnosed ADHD. And so I am like selfishly really excited to listen to hers. She's done a lot of like lash therapy type of group calls with the ALA, the American Lash Association, which I think is really cool, and just kind of working through some more of those mindset pieces and those kinds of blocks that we can run into. So let me tell you a little bit about Christina. So Christina has over 15 years of experience with marketing and consulting. She specializes in helping businesses pivot, scale, and systemize through fractional executive services, ADHD coaching, and strategic consulting. Her brand, her agency, Maddox Richmond, empowers brands with high impact marketing strategies, operational efficiency, and AI driven automation. She also has a background in cognitive behavioral therapy, so CBT. So CBT therapy, if you've heard of it referred to as that before. And she also has a background in mindfulness-based coaching. So she's worked to develop neuroscience-backed tools to help you as beauty business owners improve your executive function, productivity, and self-confidence. And so I'm really looking forward to her presentation, like selfishly for myself, to be able to learn from it. So I'm excited to welcome Christina with Lashcast to our speaker lineup for Lash Biz Babes Online Conference 2025. Then next in our lineup, now I am a little biased on this one. This one could make me cry because I get to welcome my oh gosh, I don't want to cry. Okay, we're good. Okay, so I get to welcome my very own sister to our speaker lineup, and I'm thrilled about this. I could not be more excited to have someone who I just absolutely love and adore so much. And she is an amazing, incredible, empathetic, and wonderful person. And so I didn't think I was going to cry about that, but like, I'm just really excited. She actually asked me if she could be a part of the conference because she was like, I really want to see how I can help, beauty business owners and help other lash artists. So she's going to be talking about overcoming burnout from a medical perspective. She's a family nurse practitioner, and she works a lot with like hormone therapies and kind of like the more natural side of things, where they will like draw blood and see what people's labs look like and see what your hormones look like. And they're going to help you be able to kind of learn how to support yourself better with different supplements and things like that. So obviously we're not going to be like drawing blood and looking at hormones at the conference, but she is going to be talking about how to manage burnout without just like the self, because because how she said it was basically, people like think that they can just slap this self-care thing and take a bubble bath or something, and that's going to help with their burnout. But she's like, there's actually real tangible ways that you can be managing this from a medical perspective and supporting your body. And so she's going to be talking about that, like overcoming burnout and kicking burnout to the curb from a medical perspective, and how you can really support yourself and truly take care of yourself through burnout and make it more sustainable for you. So yeah, she came to me with this and she was like, I just see that this happens so frequently, because she works with, hundreds of patients. She does this every day and she sees this happening. And so she's like, I just see, especially with like business owners, where they get burnt out and they don't know how to handle it. They don't know how to navigate it. They don't know how to take care of themselves. So she's really going to be talking a lot about, her experience with that and how you can better support yourself physically through burnout. I just realized I didn't even tell you what her name is. So Jenica Miner. And I'm thrilled to welcome my sister Jenica to our speaker lineup this year. So our next speaker is Cecilia Wiscombe. So I'm really excited about this one because I feel like this topic is really unique and something that I would assume at least a majority of us could benefit and pull something from. So she's going to be talking about how to heal your money wounds. So I'm just going to read you the little summary from hers because I feel like that's going to explain what you're going to learn from her in the best way. So she says, many beauty professionals struggle with financial anxiety, underpricing, and an overwhelming fear of not having enough, often due to deep-rooted money wounds. In this session, you're going to uncover the hidden beliefs that keep you stuck in financial stress and teach you how to shift from a scarcity mindset to one of abundance. You're going to learn how to break free from fear-based money habits, confidently take control of your business finances, and start building long-term financial security. Through personal stories, mindset shifts, and actionable strategies, you're going to walk away feeling empowered to make smarter financial decisions without the stress and the shame. So if you're ready to stop surviving and start thriving, Cecilia's presentation is your first step towards financial freedom. This is something that is so important with actually being profitable, right? And actually being able to do this long term, and like managing your finances is so, like, it's a skill you need as a business owner, right? There's not someone doing it for you. So we've got to learn that management of finances and how to break free from these past limiting beliefs and limitations that maybe we've had. So I'm super excited to welcome Cecilia as a 2025 Lash Biz Babes online conference speaker. So our next speaker is Rebecca Jenkins. So you might remember her from the podcast. She was on, I don't know how many episodes ago, pretty recently, within the last couple of months. And I absolutely loved that conversation with her. I got to meet her at a Lash event last year, was when I first met her in person. Just bubbly, fun, bright, like kind, genuine person. And so then I was like, well, I would love to invite her onto the podcast. And then she came on the podcast, and then like every little thing out of her mouth, I was like, oh my gosh, this is so good. I don't have anything to add to this. She's just dropping gem after gem. And when I sat down to look at, okay, who do I want to invite to speak this year, and who applied and all these things, I was like, I would love to have her be a part of the conference. And luckily she agreed. So I'm super thrilled that she will be speaking about using AI in your business. So this isn't just like AI to like write captions for you. Like, she's really going to teach you how to make AI like your little personal assistant that can help you with like marketing and your clientele management and like all of the things. With the way technology is going and how like everything out there is going with AI, whether we like it or not, it's something that we're going to have to hop on board with and learn how to utilize and learn how to use, because otherwise I feel like we're going to get left in the past. I'm really talking to myself here. I need to be a little more open to using AI, but it just kind of reminds me of like, like when your parents, your grandparents or something, like, oh, I don't know how to use Facebook, I haven't kept up with it, or maybe not. I mean, I don't know if Facebook is the best example on that, but just like, technology wise or something, like it's hard, like they didn't know how to do it. I feel like that's kind of similar. Like if you don't hop on the AI train sooner than later, you might get a little left behind, be a little outdated. You don't know what's happening. And that truly is the direction that the world is going in from my point of view. So AI is something that I feel like is something we gotta jump on. We gotta learn. We gotta implement. And especially when you're solo, it's like a resource that can help you build your business, grow your business, make it more sustainable, and help you get tasks done without having to like do it all yourself necessarily. So important. You're going to learn that from Becca at Lash Biz Babes Online Conference. And then up next in the lineup, Sydney McKee. Now, Sydney, my sweet Sydney, love her so much. She has spoken at Lash Biz Babes Conference in the past. I believe actually that this might be like her third year back. Like she's been at every conference because I love her. Everyone has really appreciated and pulled a lot from her presentations in the past, and she just kicks ass and does such a good job with it. This year, she's going to be talking about branding and like the actual visual branding pieces of your business, right? Unfortunately, Instagram is one of those aesthetic platforms where things have to kind of look good. But not only that, but for like brand recognition purposes, right? And like cohesiveness of your brand and cohesiveness from your website to your social media pages to your in-person experience and like just truly building a strong brand, you've got to have like that strong visual branding in place. So she's going to be teaching you all about like branding your business and like building out your visual brand. And she is a brand designer. I feel like I loved like looking at like all of her like brand kits and things, and like they're just so detailed and everything is there in them. And she does such a good job with it. So branding, important for all of us. Even if you are just solo, you might not think it's that important of a thing to do, but it totally is. I feel like it helps legitimize your business more and make you look more professional, and just really kind of ties things together, ties the little bow on top, the little cherry on top of your business for your clients. So that will be what Sydney is speaking on. Up next, we have Francesca Ramirez. I love her. I got to meet her at a Lash event last year as well. And she's just super kind and genuine and just like down to earth. Like I feel like I could just talk with her about anything. But yeah, she's going to be teaching us about websites for beauty businesses, and not just an online booking site, but like an actual legit website and what you need on it and how, like building them and all the things. So this is something that she does professionally as well on top of like her beauty services. And so she knows exactly what goes into building a website and what you need on it and how to make it successful for you, and like doing all of this as a solo beauty professional, a solo beauty business owner. So I think it's going to be something that you're really going to pull a lot from. And I mean, that one specifically with websites, because I don't think a lot of solo lash artists and estheticians and stuff have like a legit website. And I'm just going to speak from experience on here. So when I built out a legit website for my business, it wasn't until like the last like year or two of me doing lashes, and I was, adding more people to my studio with me. So I built us out a website, and I'm not going to lie, like I didn't have struggles building my clientele before like that. When I didn't have a website, like I did have online booking. I think that's necessary, but that's besides the point. However, once I built that website, I feel like it was so much easier to book clients online, and especially from like Google Business Profile and stuff. Like if you have a legit website, it really helps with like the conversion rates and helping you get clients. Because truly the point of your marketing with like social media or in-person marketing or handing out business cards or really truly word of mouth, even all of that, it's all just like branches out from your website, right? And they're meant to like bring people to your website. That should be like your HQ of your business, your headquarters, right? And all of your marketing efforts are just branches off of your website that bring you in leads, okay? And then that is where the conversions happen, where they decide, yes, I want to book with you. Yes, I'm doing this, right? So websites are absolutely so important, and I feel like it's something that helps you to stand out. And if you feel like you're in a saturated area, to be able to stand out by having a legit website. And not only that, but just it legitimizes your business more. It makes you more professional. It shows them how seriously that you take this. And even if they're not thinking, oh wow, like she's serious about this thing, like it's still like a subconscious like thing where it's like, okay, yes, this is a legit business, and it builds that trust more with potential clients. So I'm thrilled to welcome Francesca to our speaker lineup for Lash Biz Babes 2025 online conference so that you can learn about websites this year. Our next speaker is T the Brand, Tiara Tennyson. I'm going to tell you a story about Miss T because I love her. So let's see. I think it was LashCon 2023. Yeah, 2023. That was the first year I went to LashCon ever. And she got up and spoke at the open mic, and just her energy, like, everyone in the room felt it. It was just like you just fed off of that, and it was just like so bright and so, like, I don't know, I don't even know how to like explain it in words, but her energy is what attracted to me, like, to her to begin with, and like, oh, I really like her because just her energy when she's speaking, you just are so enthralled with it and just so right there with her. And I love her teaching style. She just is truly a genuine and kind and supportive and amazing, incredible human being. I'm so just beyond honored that she agreed to come speak at our online conference this year. So she is the like go-to guru, I will say, for like clientele building and marketing and social media and content. I mean, this is what she talks about all the time on Instagram, right? And like she teaches on this all the time. And so you're going to be able to really learn so much from her. So she's going to be talking about clientele building and marketing. I probably will speak at some point. I don't know if I'm going to do like a legit full-on presentation like I have in the past, but I plan on at least doing, like, I obviously do like the intros for the days and like, the at the end, talking and speaking at the end. So I kind of plan on being more of like, should I call it like a motivational speaker this year? I don't know if I want to put a title on that, what title I want it to be, but like I want it to be something where I'm helping just open your eyes to your potential and your self-worth and the value that you have, and just the limitless and endless possibilities that you have in front of you and the opportunities that you have around you, and just really pour into you to believe in yourself more. So yeah, I wanted to have that included this year, just more of like a motivational type of inspirational, like empowering, you walk away feeling like I believe in myself, I can do anything I want to in this world. So that's what I'm going to be talking about. It's not necessarily going to be like a formal hour-long presentation, but with the opening and the closing and kind of like the little in-betweens, that's my plan for myself at the online conference. So welcome to me, I guess. But with that, last year was our first year that we did panels, and I absolutely loved it. It was more Q&A, it was more discussion type of feel. So we're going to be doing that again. So we're going to do 2 panels again. I'm going to make them a little bit longer this year. I don't have the schedule completely made as far as like times quite yet, but they're going to be like 75 to 90 minutes this year, because just we had so many good questions, and to be able to let everyone have a chance to answer, I wanted to give us a little bit more time. I feel like we kind of had a, like, I don't know, we were vibing. We were like having a good time and like learning a lot, and like it was good. And it was just like, oh, I don't want this to end yet. So we're going to make them a tiny bit longer this year. So that way we don't have to like end the fun as early. So with that being said, I was thinking about what panel topics can really be beneficial. And the first one, I don't know, I just feel like it's kind of like a given almost. And we did a panel on this last year, so we're going to do it again, but it's just clientele building and like marketing, because we are all always looking for ways to grow our business and to market and to get clients and to keep clients coming back. And so we are going to have a dedicated clientele building panel as well. I just feel like that's kind of a cornerstone of growing your business in the beauty industry, and that clientele building piece of things. Now, one of these panelists I'm still waiting for confirmation on. So there are going to be 4 panelists for each panel. I'm going to announce 3 of those right now. So clientele building panel. We first have Linda Rodriguez from Miss Linda's Lashes. And she is just such a sweet soul. I love seeing when her posts pop up, and just her, positivity and just like the messages that she shares. She's based in California. She also hosts like SoCal Empowerment. It's like an in-person like networking and education event that's in California. I'm just excited for her to be able to bring that expertise that she has with her experience to you this year with the clientele building panel. So welcome, Linda, to our 2025 Lash Biz Babes online conference lineup. And the next person we are going to have on the clientele building panel is one of my favorite people in the world, Jasmine Nance, Miss Jazzy. So she has been on the podcast before last year. I love her. I love her story. She's supportive. She's a girl's girl. She's kind. She's genuine. And she has kicked some ass with her business in her lash business. And I'm so dang proud of her. So I'm really excited for her to be able to teach you about clientele building and help you learn. And one thing I think is cool is, she has been a solo. Like, she's been a lash artist for a long time, but she's just been solo for like 2 or 3 years, I think. But her clients, when I tell you, they ride so hard for her. Like, they are loyal as heck. Like, they love her and they come back again and again. And I think that's a really important piece of clientele building, is the loyalty and getting clients to come back to you, because that's what creates that consistency and that reliability and dependability in your beauty business. And so I think she does an incredible job with that. I was very fortunate to be able to do her social media for a little while. I don't do it for her anymore, but in the past I have. And so I feel like I just kind of got like a really like front row seat to the amazing things that she's doing and the amazing clientele that she's built and continues to build, and what she's been able to do with her business in such a short amount of time of being solo. So with that, welcome Jazzy to our 2025 lineup. You get to hear and learn from her about clientele building on our panel. The next one for our clientele building panel is Brenda from Beauty by BB. I feel like I don't know, for some reason I remember her Instagram being like Habibi Mink. Anyway, it's changed now. But she is one of the hosts of Summer Lash Camp along with Sydney McGee, who's also speaking at this event. I had an opportunity to sponsor Summer Lash Camp last year, be one of the sponsors for it, and donate something for a giveaway. So I got to interact with her a little bit and get to know her a little bit. And she just really, I haven't met her in person, but she just seems to be like a fun and uplifting and just someone who we can really learn a lot from when it comes to building your clientele. So she does like lash trainings and like lash clients, all the things, and just incredible. And so I'm excited to welcome Brenda to our 2025 lineup to be a panelist on clientele building. So, like I said, our fourth one, waiting on confirmation on that one. So BRB on that one. I will be posting that once it's confirmed. And our second panel. So this one, I was like, okay, what's really beneficial? What's everyone struggling with right now? What can we do to support our people? One of the topics that has been coming up a lot with clients and with students, and that just seeing in forums and like Facebook groups, and even like a couple of people had like applied to speak on this topic as well, because we had like 30 something people who applied to speak at the event, which is incredible. And I wish I could have had every single one of them, because everyone was amazing and had some really cool topics and things. But obviously we only had a certain amount of spots. But I kind of was just pulling from data and like, what are people talking about right now? What do they need help with? And it's been a hard year for a lot of beauty businesses, and overcoming challenges in your business is something that can be difficult as a solo beauty business owner, because it's just you, right? And you don't necessarily always have that support in your corner or people you can turn to for mentorship or help. And so this panel is kind of meant to be that support where you can come and ask your questions, and we're going to be talking about overcoming challenges in beauty business and navigating those ups and those downs. So with that, our first panelist on the Overcoming Challenges in Business is Jenna Carroll. So she was also on the podcast recently. I really love Jenna. I met her at a networking dinner last year, and actually I feel like somewhat helped convince her to start her own podcast, and so which she ended up doing. So it was cool, because I was like, no, you gotta do it, you have to do it. And I got to be on her podcast last year, so that was cool as well. She actually sold her salon last year, and now she's in education and coaching and podcasting and such. So we kind of have a little bit of a similar story in a sense, but she just is really like, she just knows her stuff. Like anytime I read her posts, I'm like, Heck yeah, like that, yes, absolutely, 100%. And I just love who she is and what she stands for and what she's all about. So she's going to be on our Overcoming Challenges in Business panel. Welcome, Jenna, to our lineup this year. This second one, Crystal Perez. So she is going to be on our Overcoming Challenges in Business panel. She is the owner of BK Lashes and the host of one of the co-hosts, her and her husband Carlos host International Lash Expo in Glendale and Miami each year. I love her. You know, the first time I really talked to her before, like more than just like a couple Instagram messages, we actually got on a live video on Instagram and talked about like motherhood as business owners. And it was just so good. We were vibing the whole time. We were just like the energy was so good and we had such a good conversation. We were like, yeah, like this was great. Like, and I really appreciated that about her and just like really connecting with her and in that way. And then I got to meet her at a lash event in person last year and just, you know, she's just the sweetest little thing. So I'm excited to have her be a part of our Overcoming Challenges in Business panel this year. Welcome, Crystal, to the lineup. Okay, so the next one is Mo Hamill. This is her third year with being a part of the event. And if you don't know who Mo is, she is the creator of Lash Bash. She also owns a lash salon in Friendswood, Texas. I absolutely love her so much. I just feel like she's so welcoming and inclusive in our industry, and she has always made me feel like a part of things. She's always made me feel included and like always just, I don't know, she's just kind and genuine and caring and empathetic and like loving. And, you know, she has had some big challenges in her career as a lash artist and a salon owner. So a little part of her story, she actually lost her salon to I will cry. And just that's the kind of person I am. I'm like the person who's like always scrolling through TikTok crying for strangers and other people because I just am a crier. But she actually lost her lash salon to a hurricane. I don't remember what year it was, maybe like 2012-ish. I can't remember exactly. And just had to overcome that huge challenge in her business. And I'm like, she's the perfect person to be a part of this panel. And she always asks me every year, how can I help you? How can I support you? How can I be a part of the event? Like, what do you need? Like, who do you need me? If not, like, it's fine. But like, you know, I would love to support you and like the Lash Biz Babes community and just like I'm so appreciative of her always being willing to be a part of the event. And so I'm incredibly honored to have Mo as a friend and to be able to welcome her to our 2025 panel lineup. So the last panelist for this one, I also am realizing I need to confirm and just double check before I announce her on here as well. So the last speaker to announce for the conference this year is Michelle Smith. So she is from Imperfection is Beauty. She's actually spoke at our first conference in 2023, and I just loved her energy and her presentation and the experience that she brings. And she just is kind and funny, and like I just love her. And so I'm really excited to have her be a part of the conference again this year. So she's going to be talking about pivoting in the lash industry and how, you know, you can be a lash artist, but you can also own a lash retail store. You can have a salon, you can have a product line. There's so many more things that you can do within our industry if you decide that you want to. And so she's going to be talking about how to do that because she has pivoted. She has gone into education. She has had her product line, her retail store, all the things. So I'm excited for you to be able to learn from Michelle. Welcome, Michelle, to our 2025 lineup. So that gives you an idea of, you know, what we've got going on this year and the different speakers that we're going to have. There will probably be a couple little surprises with things just as I finish getting things confirmed. But that gives you, you know, the main picture, I guess, paint you a little picture, Bob Ross picture of what you're going to be able to learn at our conference this year and all the incredible people that will be a part of it. So with these, you know, one of the things that I tell them is like, I don't want this to be a sales pitch because I've gone to some events in the past and online events and things where it just kind of almost felt like little mini sales pitches for their courses. It was like they pulled like 3 points from like an online course of theirs or something and taught that. And it's not that you didn't get anything out of it or from it, but like it just felt really sales pitchy. So I every year ask them, like, this is not a sales pitch for you. I want them to be able to take things away from your presentation and apply it into their business and be able to actually tangibly go out and take action on what they've learned from you, and not have it be just like a little mini sales pitch for whatever they have going on. It's really something where you're going to actually be able to pull things from and learn real skills from, and they're going to teach you the framework and the actions to take to be able to get that result. So yeah, that gives you a really good idea of what we have going on for Lash Biz Babes online conference this year. And we had a lot of incredible people, like I said earlier, 30 plus people who applied to speak, and I only had 10 spots that I was needing to fill at the time. So it was really hard to pick because all these people are incredible and so smart and have all the experience and just are amazing in their own right and in their own way, and wanted to teach on some really cool topics. So my goal when I'm picking speakers, I'm not looking at how many followers people have. I'm not looking at how many sales are we going to get, or, who's going to move the most tickets and, sell the most, or help grow the event. I'm looking at who's going to help you the most, who has the experience, who's walked in those shoes before, who's speaking on topics that they're really good at and that they really can speak from experience from, and who it can really just help you the most. That's what this is all about for me, and for this conference and for this event, is helping you be successful. So that being said, tickets are on sale right now for $199. We do have a payment plan option for $74 for 3 monthly payments, and all of the details for that will be down in the show notes so that you can get all of that information and go grab your ticket, because it is coming up pretty quick, May 3rd and 4th, which by the time this airs will probably be just a few weeks away. So grab your ticket, tell your lash bestie, tell your beauty bestie, and have them come along with you as well. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. You can find all of the information at lashbizbabesconference.com. That's going to be linked in the show notes, or you can reach out to me on Instagram on the Lash Biz Babes page. So at Lash Biz Babes on Instagram, or at XO Erica Schramm. That's my personal Instagram. And those will be linked down in the show notes as well. So thank you so much for listening, and I will talk to you again next week.